There's a strange, bittersweet club of music legends whose songs have charted higher after they passed. David Bowie's in it, John Lennon, Prince, Michael Jackson, and now, newest member, Ozzy Osbourne. So climb aboard. We're taking a ride on the Crazy Train. Hey, JSB here, and welcome to a surprise new entry in my Songs That Peaked at Number 25 series, which of course I'm running all through 2025. Recent episodes have included tributes to Brian Wilson and Lou Christie, both of whom handily had songs that peaked at number 25 in their catalogues. But when Ozzy left us recently, he didn't have one. Not solo, not with Sabbath, so I had to go with the opening track from Sabbath's Sabotage as my tribute to him on that occasion. It turns out I only needed to exercise a bit of patience once, because Crazy Train, of course Ozzy's debut solo single from 1980, has since obliterated its old UK peak chart position, jumping from 49 in 1980 to a new high of, you guessed it, 25. And it's not just here in the UK. In the US, it's become his second ever top 40 hit as a solo artist, landing at number 39 there. So today I'll be hearing the song, breaking it down, and revealing which songs by those other artists blew up the same way when they left us. So if you could kindly smash that like button, thank you, we'll get rolling. Or perhaps go off the rails with Ozzy's Crazy Train now. Randy Rose, ladies and gentlemen. I always expect a big ending there for some reason. Oh, and the edge is what they're saying at the end. I never knew that either. Alrighty then. All right. Crazy Train, a legendary song for a reason, or actually several. So, as I mentioned, that was Ozzy's first solo single, taken, of course, from the Blizzard of Oz album in 1980, and co-written with the late legendary Randy Rhoads, more on him in a second, and bassist Bob Daisley, who also joined, not on the writing side of things, but on drums and production, Lee Kerslake, in that stint between his long periods with Uriah Heep, of course. So lyrically, it's Cold War, which sadly seems remarkably relevant in 2025. But you know what a scary figure Ozzy was to parents in the 80s with Satanic Panic and all that goodness. Because I mean, you can really tell why he's so terrifying with lyrics like "Crazy, but that's how it goes." Millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Maybe it's still not, but I fear that if we haven't done that in the past 45 years, are we going to achieve it in the next 45? I hate to be a pessimist, but sometimes you just have to look at humanity and think, nah, we're a bit screwed, really. It's impossible to talk about the song without talking about that riff from, again, the late, great Randy Rhoads. I mean, just about everybody on here is late and great at this point in time. But of course, Randy left us super early in tragic circumstances. Uh, that riff is just killer. And the guitar solo is pretty damn good as well. So good that readers of Guitar World have voted it the 9th best guitar solo ever. I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but then I wouldn't be able to tell you 8 that are better than that either. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on where that sits in the great pantheon of guitar solos. But legendary and obviously highly influential for how metal would develop throughout the 80s. Now, do I prefer this to the Sabbath track that I listened to recently? I do. I do. Quite a bit. And that track was, again, exceptional musically, but I wasn't quite as sold on Ozzy's vocal there. Here it really works for me. And it fits in with the style of the song and all that's happening musically. Not, you know, not that it didn't on the Sabbath track, but hey, I've got a preference. And I don't want to compare it to Sabbath's Heaven and Hell, which of course came out the same year with Dio fronting it, and is actually my favorite Sabbath album. Not that I'm a Sabbath expert by any means, as we know, but yeah, I'd also be interested to know if you have a favorite between Heaven and Hell and Blizzard of Oz, or if you just love them both. So, speaking of that Sabbath video, quick shout out to the knob who accused me of trying to make money out of Ozzy's death. Yeah, seriously. Not sure he knows how YouTube works there, but let's be fair. I guess he was grieving, and I should adopt my T-shirt slogan, which if you can see that. Yeah. Anyway, is this a good moment to mention that my Buy Me a Coffee page is linked in the description? Too soon? Anyhow, thanks for watching today. And as I said earlier, Ozzy is far from the first artist to see a chart jump like this after passing. And if you know of any others, drop them in the comments. But friend of the channel, Bostart, has provided me with some key examples. Bowie's Heroes, for example, 24 originally, 12 in 2016. John Lennon's Imagine, which had reached number 6 in 75 here, but then went number 1 after he died. And Prince's Purple Rain and Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror were the others in the list so far. But Crazy Train has made the biggest leap of all of them, going up a whopping 24 places from 49 to 25. So it just shows the enduring affection in which Ozzy is held. And it's another sad thing about humanity that we celebrate people only after they've died. But to be fair, I think Ozzy was celebrated for a long time before that as well. And rightfully so, you could say. So thank you for joining me for that today. And YouTube now has some wonderful suggestions either side of my head for more of this sort of thing. So click on one of those and I'll see you there. And I will just say bye for now, but not for long.
Acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.